Hi guys, and welcome to Game News from your only Little Matt. And here are the three topics of this week. Is gonna be Mass Effect Andromeda, Shadow of War, and Final Fantasy 15 new expansion Gladiolus. Stay tuned. So we're gonna start with talking directly with the big beat, which is Mass Effect Andromeda. In 1 week time, the game is gonna be released, and it's gonna be probably a big AAA games, but it's gonna be worth a buy. Personally, from what I saw in streaming, because the game is already being released to a few review copies, or for the people they're paying a special subscription to Origin to access the first 10 hours of a game. That to me is not worth it. Don't buy it. If you pre-ordered, cancel the pre-order. And I'm saying this not because I believe it's gonna be a bad game. I don't think so. I think they developed for 5 years, or at least so they say, and I believe it is gonna be like a solid game in terms of combats. But what I love about this game wasn't actually the combat, but it was the story, the cinematics, the character development. And sincerely, the character, they look a little bit bland, but what's annoying me the most isn't the combat, which to me, I believe they actually improved. It is the facial expression of the character in the game. And maybe even some lines of content in it, but we communicate mostly through facial expression. And I know that I'm talking about CGI is never gonna be the same. I remember the first Final Fantasy movie was always a bit off, and there is so many years ago, but it still was very good movie. But this time it is bad. It's 10 years bad we're talking. And I show you. I just shut up and I show you directly. So this is Mass Effect initial status. You can see the faces are very good. They actually have good texture. But the face looks like just the mouth and the eyes are actually moving. There is no anything else happening with the face, and there are subtle things. On the alien face, I don't see much problem, because naturally, being aliens, you don't feel correlated. But the facial expression, she's smiling and pointing the gun. She's not smiling. She's kind of acting hungry, and it's weird. And the graphic you can see with the Mako, it's amazing. The spaceship are amazing, the planetary feeling is amazing. So the problem is, like I say, the facial. There is a communication with this character, but there is not much moving about. And if you compare that to the same game 10 years ago, it's completely different. This is shown 6 months ago on PAX, and everyone was worried about the facial expression. They were saying, no, we are still working on it. We will improve until last minute, until the game is released. But I personally don't believe that that's gonna happen. Look at the difference. On the right side you have 2007 Mass Effect versus 2017. There is huge difference. She is actually moving the eyebrows. There is more coordination. The eyes is a bit moving. They're closing based on when she's talking. The head is spinning much more to emphasize what she's saying. Why the one on the left side is bland? It's completely bland. In this game, there is much more talking than the previous game, and I'm fine with it, with more content and writing and scripting. But I can't believe that with technology of 10 years ago, it looks much better than technology. Look right now. This is the comparison with The Witcher, which it brought really the standards very up. It's amazing, The Witcher. All of this subtlety that you don't realize until you compare with lesser product like one of Mass Effect Andromeda. So personally, I suggest to like don't buy it, wait for it. The gameplay is gonna be fun. The level up, the customization is gonna be great. But the game just came out, so I will actually wait to see to don't have a bad writing of the game like happened in Mass Effect 3. And another important things, many key people that were authors of the previous Mass Effect, actually they left the project because of artwork and I guess stress. Because I guess they gave them a very tight deadline they need to maintain. And sincerely, after being burned out after Dragon Age 2, I felt like, you know, don't want to spend much more money on something that I don't think is gonna be great. Shadow of War, the following up of Shadow of Mordor, is gonna be an incredible game. Like they just released last week the video, and here you can have some sneak peek on the video, and it's gonna be a fucking badass game for many reasons. I love the first game. The first game was very Batman-like kind of fight but in the fantasy world. It sincerely to me didn't need it at all to be inside the lore of Lord of the Ring. In fact, I believe that the second title, Shadow of War, is gonna be even more far away from the style of Tolkien, let's say, in his lore, but it doesn't matter. The game is gonna kick ass because now you have gonna be fighting fortress, because you're gonna conquest fortress with your own army, for reason it's called a Shadow of War, and stop the Sauron invasion. And I must tell you, the game impressed me so much. You have so many new things is gonna happen. You're gonna have fight in the storyline Nazgul. You're gonna have your own hero challenging this new overlord of the castle, and your own hero, because in reality they are Urukai, they can betray you, they can come back from death in forms of necromancer because they want revenge, or because they don't like you, or because they like you, they join you without being brainwashed by your power. And everyone is gonna have his own characteristics, is gonna have their own quirks, and once you conquest the castle, the quirks will be provided even to the castle to give you a particular kind of support. You're gonna have bodyguards, you know. And when I'm talking about bodyguards, I'm talking about you're doing a fight, at certain points you have a sniper appearing from nowhere that shoots an enemy to help you out to get out of a sticky situation. And here, for example, you can see this guy that like betrayed you, was conquested by Sauron, and he's come back as necromancer. Like, it's gonna be quite good cinematic way between fights, and I'm sincerely I don't mind, because like I want a bit of cinemas in my games. I want to feel like I'm involved in the story, in the movies, and this is the game. Now look at it. You have a cave troll with a catapult behind. You have a goblin with fire arrow ready to be thrown at you. You have your own hero, Dark Destroyer, in which he's ready to go there to the Alzar the Demolisher with his own army to fight with you, to attack that castle. Like, for me, this is the game I want to feel. I remember the first time in Dragon Age Origin where you've been attacked by many creatures and you tried to defend the king, the castle, and it was like a great feeling, and I feel that this is gonna feel the same. And naturally, the other important point is Final Fantasy 15. Finally, we get the first DLC that's gonna tell us what happened to Gladiolus during his moment of absence during the story. If you play Final Fantasy 15, you know that your own companion at a certain point disappeared for various reasons, but you never knew what happened, and they come back with, you can see the marks on the face they were different, and now we'll discover why. They plan to make DLC in this way. I sincerely would have rather preferred that the kind of content was already in the game to make the game more variegated and more interesting. But like, I'm happy that anyway this content is gonna come in any form, and I'm hoping at the end of the month that we know better what's gonna be actually the price of DLC. I don't think I'm gonna buy them immediately because I sincerely want to see the review of this game DLC, and I want to see even the other one because like it's no point to come back the game for like I don't know 20 hours and then stop and come back for a few months. I like to play my games all in one go, possibly to keep the story together. But anyway, Final Fantasy 15. So guys, to conclude, this is great year 2017 for video games industry. There is so many games, even from PlayStation 4, which they're amazing. I'm recently playing like crazy this old title, Bloodborne, which is kind of Soul games. And I tell you, I love Soul games. I love that kind of old school difficulties of surviving and fighting. And so the community is active right now until the 24th of March, so come back and play it if you have the game, because PvP is the fun thing in this game. Or like if you didn't play the DLC. Now that there are plenty of people that are gonna join up and help you any hour of the day and night, really. So follow the Reddit. I'll put a link in the description. Another important thing is as a game, Yakuza 0, crazy game. Just look for it. Nier Automata, I just bought the game, I'm gonna make a review. You're gonna love it. It's a kind of shoot 'em up game. It is an amazing way in which you switch from 3D classic game to 2D kind of platform. And I used to love platforms, so who didn't play Space Invaders? Come on. Then there is another game, Horizon Zero Dawn, which I didn't play, an open world on probably, very Far Cry style. It is not my kind of suit, so for the moment I'm gonna skip this game, but later on probably I'm interested to play. I'm waiting for more news on the emulator, the CEMU, we say in Italian, but in English I guess is CIMU, which is the emulation for Nintendo Wii U. And why this? Because of Zelda. Which I think is gonna be one of the best title ever made. One of the big one. So I'm gonna keep you updated on that once I know at the moment of the emulation how it's going, when it's gonna be actually proper playable. Then there is Nioh, which is another amazing PlayStation game, which is a Soul-like game, but like samurai style, but a bit different from the Soul game because actually it's been developed from another kind of company. I will let you know about that. I'm just taking my time because now is gonna come up another interesting game on April, which is called Persona 5. I'm a big sucker for RPG games, Japanese culture, and this has both of them, and it's gonna be, I guess, 100 hour of game. It's gonna be turn-based, which I love, and you'll see really. I'm gonna keep playing Torment, so stay tuned, watch out the game, because like the writing is too beautiful to actually stop the game. Like sincerely, for me, when you have a good story and a good experience in which like I'm being blown in the story, I feel like I'm not in Kansas anymore. That's exactly what kind of thing gaming is for me. It's like reading a book and enjoying the ride along. So that is all. Stay tuned, give me a like, share, or simply just leave me a comment. Just tell me what you think. If you enjoy these new game news product, or if you want to know more about something in particular. I'm gonna make actually a video about, like I said, Shadow of War. I have bit of research about how amazing is gonna be the game. So enjoy, till the next time.